So we all have this endless list of tasks and projects and things to think about, and it can get pretty overwhelming. To be honest, for a long time, I felt like my life was a complete mess. But then a few years ago, I discovered a completely free and totally game-changing app called Notion. Hey friends, how's it going? If we haven't met yet, then my name is Ali, and I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur, YouTuber, and podcaster. And I've been using Notion for over 3 years for my personal life, and now we also use it to run our team of 15 people. We've got a $5 million business built basically entirely on top of Notion. And as a massive productivity nerd, over the years, I've tried out dozens and dozens of productivity apps, but the one I keep coming back to, and the one that I still think is the best way to organize your personal and your professional life, is Notion, and it's also free. As you might have heard by now, Notion is an all-in-one app that's sort of like a cross between your own personal website and a spreadsheet and a Google Doc, and you can use it to organize basically anything in your life. The only problem is that Notion does have a little bit of a learning curve, especially when you look at other YouTubers and creators' fancy elaborate setups, and it can seem really complicated and overwhelming to get started with. That's why in this class, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know to maximize your productivity by using Notion most effectively. And we're going to split the class up into 3 sections. In the beginner section, we're going to talk about the fundamental building blocks of Notion and how you can use the idea of blocks and pages to organize basically anything in your life. Then in the intermediate section of the course, we're going to go over the idea of databases and talk about how you can build a database and how you can do rollups and relations and all that fun stuff. And then in the advanced section of the course, we're going to talk about a few extra sprinkles of salt that you can add to your Notion workspace to make it look really good. Things like embedding and things like building websites and things like widgets. But to be honest, a lot of the power of Notion is in its simplicity and its flexibility so that you can create whatever system works best for your own brain. So those are the 3 main sections of the class. But then in the second half of the class, we're going to show you a bunch of different ways that me and my team and other creators and other entrepreneurs, the ways that we leverage Notion to organize our personal and our work lives. And so whether you're a Notion beginner or intermediate or power user, hopefully that'll give you some extra inspiration of like cool stuff that you could potentially do with your Notion setup. But the thing to keep in mind is that it's all ultimately to serve your own meaningful productivity, to help you do more of the things that matter to you without having to waste time thinking about all of the other stuff that you have to do and all the organizational faff that's always in your mind. This isn't just a theoretical class. Throughout the class, we're going to be building our own life operating system from the ground up, and I'll be showing you the features of Notion as we build this thing together. So you can follow along if you feel like, or you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the show. And hopefully I will try and teach you every single thing I know about using Notion, having used it every day for the last 3 years. If any of that sounds interesting, I'd love for you to take the class, and I'll see you potentially on the other side.